Buddy, old pal.
Juwan next to TheDon.
Sample my STEEZ not going on, yes, Lord.
They're bringing y'all post-game review. You got Richmond versus Port.
Richmond versus Port at the G.
So, coming into this game, man, I think I was expecting a decent game. I was thinking Port was going to win simply off all of Richmond's injuries. They were missing 5 of their best 22, so you can never really expect a team to just compete at their highest capacity, missing so many players. But they fought surprisingly well. I don't think Port ever just ran away with it at any point. Richmond was always in the game. Even first half was quite the ding-dong affair, if you don't mind. So this was a lot more entertaining game than I thought it would be.
So coming into the game for me, I predicted Richmond overall in the season before the season to Richmond to be pretty poor and toward the bottom of the ladder. They kind of changed my mind a little bit with the last game that they performed, how they performed against Carlton. So I didn't really know what to expect from Richmond at least. Port looked impressive. I expected them because it's just the players that they have on paper that are available to play compared to, like you said, the Richmond injured team. I pretty much knew what I wanted. I knew what to expect from Port here. But Richmond brought a lot more fight than I expected, like you were saying. There were times they brought a level of physicality that Richmond will bring, and not every week, but they did bring the physicality this week. So yeah, that's pretty much what I thought about that.
Yeah, so my main character this game was Willem Drew. This game, he actually had a great game. He's definitely somebody I definitely learned this game and we'll be looking out for in the future. It finished with 27 disposals. He was just always somebody to get in, get the hard balls, and just kick it out. Even got a goal himself. I like bro a lot, actually.
Great tackling, too. Yeah, a lot of tackles.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, he had a lot of tackles. But, other than that, on Richmond's side, seems like I always got to point out Bolton, bro. He had some really good goals, some really good just individual brilliance that he has that doesn't always lead to a goal or something brilliant like it should. He definitely has the talent to always do something crazy. I just can't wait for him to just, slow down a little bit, maybe get a little bit more composed and realize how good he is and, just take a few extra steps to really get the shot he wants other than just doing some crazy shit, even though it does look spectacular when he gets it off, but sometimes he could be a much more efficient player. And until he becomes that, man, Bolton, you can't trust him.
Yeah, he also had a couple nice little inside 50 kicks from like the pocket from the wing or whatever the case is. It was just some nice slicing, tight angle kicks that the defense really didn't see coming. And he also had an unrealistic specky attempt that he hurt his back on, or he hurt something on. He looked a little labored, but so really, he was not really hard. So from the beginning of the game, for me, it was a lot of inaccuracy in the game. Nobody could really get their kicks down, get their kicks straight, and it was really seeming like it was going to be a battle of who can get that right first. And it really was for the whole first quarter for the most part. It was 3 goals each in the first quarter, and then the second quarter, I thought Richmond brought a little bit more pressure. They had moments where Richmond was looking like Richmond of old. And they were just running power, just running together, handball chains, forcing turnovers, and it was looking real good. I think Port had problems in the beginning trying to get the ball because, as we all know, Port has a real big strength and a real big advantage over a lot of teams in the front half and in the forwards. Because with Marshall and Georgiadis, who wasn't here, Finlayson and Charlie Dixon, those are tools that you want to utilize, obviously, if you have it, especially if you have a decent midfield, or a good midfield, if you want to call it that. But we both know, and we all know, and if you don't, I'll tell you, Richmond has some really good key backs down there. They have a good team defense. Vlosten's always a problem. Grimes is disruptive, and they were able to do that. But later on, as the game passed, you just see a little bit more marks being able to be taken inside 50 because Port wanted to adjust how they were delivering the ball inside 50. And Charlie got a little loose, Marshall got loose, and they just started to break the game open a little bit beyond Richmond's control. They fought, they tried to stay, but in the end, Port was really just too strong for them.
Yeah, I am getting a lot of respect for Port's midfield. Just looking at their disposal numbers, Zach Butters with 34, Connor Rosie with 28, William Drew and Kane Farrell with 27 disposals each, Dan Houston with 25. They were just really controlling the game in the midfield. Really, it was their midfield to say the least. I think Richmond, when they came out the midfield, it was definitely off some type of chaotic passage of play where they just got control and was able to, move it down the field. But as far as the control aspect, Port really had that. Although I will say Richmond was looking very brilliant in some passages of play that really they really turned nothing into something. And and Richmond just I think that's where they excel, but I don't know if that's just it obviously didn't get them there this game, but I am liking what I see from them. Put up against good game against Port, which I think is just a better team than them. Put up against Carlton, which I think is a better team than them. So I'm really excited to see what Richmond does. They might not be as low on the ladder as I thought coming into the season, especially when they start getting their pieces back. So that's something I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and also just to note, Richmond has a great forward as well, a good forward as well, and Tom Lynch. And he was non-existent this game. Really got shut out. The midfield from Richmond really couldn't deliver the ball to him, I'm sure, the way that he would like. And it really showed. They had to scramble for goals, and it's not from. They would like to be able to serve that on a platter to Tom Lynch, but they weren't able to do that this game. And it hurt them.
Yeah, for sure. So that's all I got.
Yep.
Y'all like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube shit. West Coast game started right now, so we about to end this, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in live. We be here. Yeah.